I'm using my second phone at the moment because I'm busy with this one, and this is a bit. So if the video quality looks any different, it'll be the phone. Hang on, I'm just going to need to turn something down a bit here. Been watching these free Palestine nutters. Anyway, idiots. Anyway, let's have a look. What do we got? Johnson Messenger 4125, Johnson Messenger 123SJ, Johnson Messenger 123A. So they're all a little bit different, every one of them. So I thought we'll just start with one of them. And one's got a little bit of a digit thing, probably just a dry joint in there. But, you know, this is a 40 channel. So, yeah, not hard to fix these things generally. If it is a display, the displays are fairly standard to get, but often you'll find dry joint or pull-up resistor, lots of things. Let's just see if it actually works. That would be a curious thing to do. 1 2 1 2. Let's turn that off a bit. Turn that off. Be a good idea. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Okay, so what do we got? At about 3 watts. Hello, 1 2 1 2. And of course, if we go PP, we've got 100 watts. 1 2, yeah. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. Ah, there's the swing of the PP meter on AM, of course. Yeah, but yeah, looking good on there. 1 2 3 4 5. Let's check channel 40. As you can see, that digit's still showing up. There we go. All right. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Yeah, no, it's going across the whole range, so that's good. And let's put a bit of receive, about 0.5 of a microvolt there, and let's bring that up a fair way. That definitely receives. Okay, well, that's number one. We're going to sell these three as a combination because of the fact this is the, how do you put it? I suppose it's the historical climb they went through, and they started with the 123A. They all come with mics, Johnson Viking mics. Then they went to the 123SJ, and of course they went to 40 channel on the 4125. There were some other ones in between. Don't you worry. This is not just the. This is just one example of how they did this. But if you're a Johnson Viking, say you own a, sort of a lovely old 23 or the, sort of the 40 channel sideband version. These are lovely to put with the collection, and and they're not going to cost huge amounts of money. But let's see if they all work first. So, okay, got a little digit fault on that one, but apart from that, all going pretty well. So let's have a look. Okay, so this is a good sign. 27105. We're putting in a lot of input there, so let's bring that back a bit and see if it can receive a weaker signal. Going well. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I would say I could probably tune that to receive a little better, to be fair. This is the Johnson Messenger 123SJ. Now, this was the sort of middle tier before they went to 40 channel, 23 channel. So, of course, 23 channel only, etc., etc. But they'd gone to LED meter, which was certainly, a little bit interesting. Turn that down. Turn that down as well. And get rid of that. But, yeah, look, from what I can see, turn that back up. Where am I on? 125, wrong channel. Hang on, what have I done here? I've done something silly. Is it on the wrong channel? That'll do it every time. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that's that's working quite well. Yeah, 10 10 4 10 4 10 4. 1 2 3 4 5. And let's have a look here. Yeah, it works at the bottom. Oh, sorry, I'm just testing if it works on the bottom of the band, works on the top of the band. It's just a way of checking crystals on these things. Yep, that's working. To get a trifecta here, we just need that one to work, and let's give it a go. Something I forgot to mention. When I was we're still on the 123SJ. Sorry. Have a look at this. These guys, back in the day, had a switch on here. Now, this switch could really do you in if you didn't know what you were doing. and you you'd be popping a reverse polarity diode very fast. But the negative ground, positive ground, obviously, back in the day, pull that out. Back in the day, you had your Volkswagens and old Austins, I think, and I don't know, there was a few positive ground cars. You can write in the comments file which ones were. I reckon the Volksies were in the early days positive ground. Anyway, obviously when you put a negative ground system or radio in there, it really went off with a bang. And normally blow a fuse, obviously, or a reverse polarity diode. But yes, yeah. In this case, I would have thought it'd blow fuses, but anyway, yeah, bit of a different setup here. They used to use a tag on here, and then basically a screw on the back for your ground. So no, not a traditional power cord sort of setup on this particular one. Okay, this is the really early one, the one I would have expected not to work at all, the Johnson Messenger 123A. Now this is the very early version, very early 70s, not quite 60s. They would have been 70s for sure, but I'm putting about 20 microvolts in there, so that's pushing it a bit. Let me take it back a bit. Look at that. For an old 1970s radio, let me take that right back on 0.5. Go this way, sorry. Still hearing at 0.5, so minus 113 or so. Seriously. That's good. All right, let's see here. Have a look over here. Turn that off. 1, 2. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I can hear the audio down on there. Hello, hello, and you can see it moving. Hello, hello, hello. But see how we're not really hearing it? Generally, that's an element in your microphone that's starting to give you a bit of trouble. Or it can be a mic cord issue where your braid's got a bit thin. But most times you'll find it's an insert that you chuck in and say, hey, look at that, sort of bingo. All right, well, that is the trifecta in the fact that they basically work, which, good. Now, just to show you the rear of these, made in the USA. That sticker's almost worth keeping, isn't it? So I'll leave it on there. But as you'll see on the early model, they didn't have a positive, negative grounding, chassis grounding. I'll just check on the 4125. I didn't check that one. I don't think they didn't either. No. So it was interesting. They obviously decided for a period of time there that, it was relative to have that grounding switch on there, which I don't know, all good, but hang on, I'll just pull this fellow up. As you see, I'm just tagging there and onto the ground and etc. So very easy just to do that. But great old classics, once again, if you're a collector, you'll understand the enthusiasm that I've got for them. If you're not a collector, I'll understand that you think this is all junk. So yeah. And yes, the meter used to sit on the right-hand side, if you're wondering. It was a thing. It's from the old valve days where they would start there, and then when they were over here, the radio was warmed up because it was like sweep across. Anyway, but they stopped doing that pretty fast, actually. Well, on these they did because they're digital. Yeah, didn't stay that way for a long time. Anyway, well, let's put them together. So there you go. That's the offering. We're clearing out some of the Johnson history, and some really relatively good history sitting there, and it's not going to cost you a lot of dollars either. This whole collection here is going to be $150 for the 3, as is obviously, but the fact they've got we sell Johnson microphones for $75 to collectors. So just to give you an idea, they're so hard to find that they just command a huge premium. And that's like a very as-new looking mic. Don't get me wrong, if one's, really tatty or something, which these are not too bad actually. Oh yeah, that one's got a few marks. Something like that still gets, $30, $35, it's crazy. Just the collector market at the moment for people with Johnson Vikings who want, especially, like here's a good example of, see the emblem missing versus the 2 emblems on the front there. I mean, that's critical to make and that makes that mic a lot less, sort of worthy of collectors for sure. I get that. But yeah, it's a bit of a game, this collection thing. I get it, and we all love it and enjoy it, so I hope you're doing that. Just keep collecting, have fun, and it's only my circumstances changing things for me. I would have kept going till the end, but anyway, the end is a little sooner than I would have liked. So you just got to deal with life and take one day at a time, and maybe make a few smart things happen beforehand. All right, 73 is VK3 Charlie Mike, Tangambalanga. Please subscribe. I mentioned before we've got a 10 winners will be picked. You'll see that coming up soon. So please subscribe. To get into this, you have to be a subscriber. All right, guys, 73s, please subscribe, hit the like button. All the best. Cheers, guys.